You left home, nothing but hope. La la, across the ocean wide. Oh, Montana sky calls your name. Judith Plains awaits you now. A, B, B, C, B, C. Red dirt roads and big sky proud. A, B, B, C, B, C. You're gonna make it somehow.
How's it going, guys? And welcome back to Judith Plains. Alright, well, actually this is the first episode over here where we are going to be fully digging into what Judith Plains has got to offer for us with the current opportunities given to us by Grandpa Walter over in WestBride Hills. So yes, we are over here at the John Deere dealership this morning because I quickly had to come and borrow a screwdriver off of them in order to get the tags mounted on our pickup truck here. So that is luckily something that is sorted. I still have the screwdriver with me. So we still need to go and mount the caravan's tags, or well, singular tag at the back. So yeah, that's something we are also going to be sorting out hopefully. But yes, guys, right now, as you can see, it is just past 9 a.m. in the morning, and I did go over to Wendy's. They've got some very decent breakfast burgers there for $1. So I got myself 2 of those, and hopefully that is going to last me hopefully the whole day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a lunch break or anything like that. But yeah, we are going to firstly head over to Mr. Shelton's house. Mr. Shelton is the owner of the farm, and he just wanted to meet with us quickly before we head over to the farm, just discuss a couple of things and what we are going to be doing over at his farm. So it's actually, yeah, a little bit of a drive, guys. Everywhere we need to go around in this town is going to be a bit of a drive, and there's going to be a whole lot of time lapses probably. So I think let's dive into a little bit of a time lapse for this drive over to Mr. Shelton's house, and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once we get there.
Do you remember the Savannah grass? La la la, swaying in the wind. Oh, but this prairie feels like freedom. Judith Plains awaits you now. A, B, B, C, B, C. Red dirt roads and big sky cloud. A, B, B, C, B, C. You're gonna make it.
Alright, so I think we are coming up to Mr. Shelton's place. So this is in fact a very weird spot for a stop sign if you ask me, but okay. Alright, so let's just quickly pull up here, and this sign should say Wild Prairie Farm or Wild Prairie Ranch. So yeah, this is the correct place, and I think this is probably his farmhouse up ahead. So we just gotta go around this corner. Yeah, there's his Range Rover by the looks of it. Alright, so I hope this is the right place. We'll probably find out soon enough. Hopefully we aren't trespassing. Okay, well, the license plate on that reads Shelton, so I guess that is probably the right place then. Alright, we'll just quickly hop out. I'm going to see if I can have a bit of a word with Mr. Shelton and just see what the story is with this farm that we are going to be potentially managing for him in the near future. Alrighty, guys, so there we go. We spoke with Mr. Shelton for a couple of minutes, and we've got a pretty decent idea of what needs to happen now over at his farm. So we're going to make our way over there next, and as I said, it's gonna be a little bit of a drive, so yeah, lots of time lapses most probably, or we could probably just cut to the chase, but that'll be entirely up to you guys. So maybe drop some comments down below if you'd like to see a whole lot less driving and time lapses, and just maybe let me cut straight to the chase and cut out the driving altogether. But I think for this episode we're going to stick to the time lapses and just see how it goes. And yeah, you guys can obviously skip through the video a bit if you really don't want to see this. So I think that is just how we're going to do this first episode. And yeah, if we get any comments and people would like to have the driving cut out a bit, then we will go ahead and do that as well. So that's not a problem. But alright, without any further ado, here we go. Let's get on the road.
Two homes in your heart, la la la. Both places made you strong. Oh, now you plan new roots here. Judith Plains awaits you now. A, B, B, C, E, C. Red dirt roads and big sky cloud. A, B, B, C, E, C. You're gonna make it somehow. C, D, C, B, C. Oh, to morning light. This will fight. Uber will still survive. Tomorrow comes with morning light. La la la. You build something worth the fight.
Alrighty, so here we are. This is in fact Mr. Shelton's farm. So it's basically spread across the roadway over here. This is the farmhouse where the current farm manager stays in. So yeah, the guy's name is Bobby. And yeah, there's the chickens. As I said back in WestBride Hills, the chickens are actually free roaming on the farm. So we just gotta be extra careful of where we drive, so we don't end up driving over the poor chickens. There's a little carport over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be allowed to park under it just yet, so we'll just park over here next to it. Alright, let's quickly get the engine turned off, and I'm going to see if I can find this farm manager known as Bob or Bobby. I don't know which one he's going to prefer, but okay. Gonna see if we can find this guy. It looks like he's got a couple of pallets of eggs and stuff there. Well, this is quite a bit of a sight to behold, but okay. Let's knock on the door and see if anybody is home. Alrighty guys, so I did meet with Bobby or Bob. So yeah, he pretty much told me that we need to give ourselves a bit of a tour around the farm. So he told me that inside the garage or the shed over here where his truck is parked, there's a little John Deere side-by-side that we are allowed to use. So yeah, that is the first thing that we're going to do is just drive around the farm a bit and see what it's all about and get ourselves familiarized with the area. Alright, so let's get into this little thing and see what this farm has got to offer. Alright, so yeah, I have been doing a little bit of studying and yeah, definitely getting my theoretical knowledge built up a bit. But I think, as I said back in WestBride Hills, the practical work would definitely give us a lot more experience and you know, just being hands-on with the job. Alright, so we're firstly going to go across the road over here. We're going to start at the furthest point of the farm. Just see what we can find. So yeah, Bobby didn't even bother to give us a bit of a tour around the farm. I see there's a greenhouse over there with a couple of pallets of lettuce. Right, and I think this is pretty much the end of the farm, because that leads into what appears to be the biogas plant. Right, and we've got another, well, looks like a shed over here with some equipment in there. Alright, so let's just go around this way. Oh, we've got some silos over here, and I've been told that that is in fact a corn dryer. So they do a lot of corn farming in this place. There's a little workshop here with one of those ramps where you can drive a vehicle onto if you need to work under it. Some equipment standing out here as well, which is not great if you ask me. Right, this looks like an animal pasture of some sort. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Doesn't seem to be any animals around here. Okay, let's maybe hop out right here and just go explore a bit on foot and see what we can find. Okay, I think this gate, yeah, it looks to be unlocked, so we could probably just open the gate here and see what this is all about. Yeah, I don't see any animals here. Okay, so this tells me this is probably a pigsty, which appears to be empty. There's no pigs here. I wonder what the story is with that. There is some, but well, appears to be pig feed in here. Alright, and there's some straw on the ground, so it looks like there were animals here. I don't know what happened to the animals, but there's absolutely none at the moment. So far the only animals we saw on the farm were the chickens, which kind of just free roam around the yard there. Alright, can we just close up this gate again? There we go, that's fine. Alright, let's maybe check this the shed over here, what we can find here. Is there like a pedestrian door somewhere? I'm not sure, I didn't see anything. Okay, here's one. Alright, let's just open this door. Oh my goodness, okay, this freaking mower is standing here right by the entrance. It's not very economical if you ask me. So this mostly looks like grassland equipment. Very dirty equipment. So that is a front mower. We've got what appears to be a windrower. Is this? Yeah, this is a bale wrapper, and there's the rear mower. Okay. This is a seeder. All right, and that over there is a planter. And we've got two different what appears to be seed tanks. Probably this one is for the kun, and this one is for the, what other brand is this? This is a horse. Okay, so that probably goes with the planter, because this is a horse, and that one over there is the same brand. I think it's a kun. Yeah, it looks like a kun. I think that's how they pronounce it. I don't know, but you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So kun apparently makes a whole lot of grassland care equipment as well, but the mowers are Sams. Yeah, I think that's probably how we pronounce that. Sams. Okay, with a Z at the end. Okay, well, so that is what this shit is all about. Alright, let's just quickly have a glance at the greenhouse over here. What's cooking over here? Okay, so it appears the water seems to be plumbed in, so it's automatically watering, which is, yeah, pretty great. Right, so these are pallets of lettuce. By the looks of it, it's not pretty good that it's sitting out here in the sun. I wonder if it's going to be delivered pretty soon, so you might have to start getting into doing a couple of odd jobs, because Bobby didn't tell me to do anything just yet. He just told me go and take a walk around and just well, use the side-by-side and see what you find. So in here, this is another shed, what appears to have a couple of pieces of equipment. We've got the pressure washer, which has not been used in quite a long time, if you ask me. We've got a behemoth of a machine. What is this? This is a telehandler, I think. Alright, with a sizable bucket in the front. And this is the little front loader machine. Probably used for bale moving. And then obviously the combine harvester with the, what appears to be a corn header. It's probably a multifunctional header with, yeah, for sunflowers and for corn. Okay, that actually makes sense, seeing as they've got a corn dryer on the farm. Alright, let's just close up this door again and, yeah, see what else we can find over here. I think it's pretty much everything. Okay, I noticed the big header sitting outside here. Alright, so that is just chilling there on the grass. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask too many questions. I don't really know how else you would park that thing in a shed without a trailer, because it's supposed to have like a trailer where you can mount it on. I believe I saw one of those back at Grandpa Walter's farm. Okay, so yes, we've got to go and have a look at the farm across the way. pretty much where we came from. I think let's maybe go and have a little bit of a look around there and see what we can figure out. So we already got into that shed a little bit where Bobby's truck is parked. Alright, so let's go see what other equipment we can find on that side of the farm. So it doesn't appear to be any more stuff for us to have a look at around here. Alright, let's cross the road real quick. Okay, let's just be mindful of the chickens. Alright, so we already saw the chicken coop with the eggs over here. So yeah, there's 6 pellets ready to go. We've got a little bay over there where there appears to be a stone picking machine and a little flatbed trailer. And we are familiar with this equipment over here. So this is a TMR mixture for cow feed. Unless if this one is for pig feed, I don't know. Okay, no, that is for cows. Okay, so that is probably what they use to mix food for the cows. Oh, we've got 2 tractors over here. Alright, what are these? These are, well, obviously John Deere's, but... Okay, so these are both sizable tractors. So that is a 7R. And this one over here is an 8R, which has got a big front weight on there, and that one also got a big front weight. Alrighty, so these seem to be the bigger tractors on the farm, parked over here. It's not too bad, but yeah, once again, the equipment is absolutely filthy. Over here we've got a cow pasture. What appears to be the cow pasture. It would make sense because the cow feed mixture is right over there. Once again, I don't see any cows. So I really don't know what's the story. Why doesn't the farm have animals? Okay, let's see if we can open this door. Alright, what is inside here? Alright, that looks like a grain trailer. Or is it a spreader of some sort? I don't see any spreader disc or anything on this thing. Yeah, it looks like this is just a regular trailer for transporting all sorts of grain and stuff. And over here we've got the baling machine. Alright, well. Yeah, once again, very filthy equipment. Alright, let's just close up this door again. Alrighty, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else around here. Let's just check around here. So I think this is one of the fields. This is probably that cornfield that actually hasn't been harvested in time. So it actually completely, yeah, it's withered. I don't think there's any other explanation for this. Yeah, this is withered corn. So that is going to take a little bit of work to get sorted out. So I did speak to Bobby. He said we are more than welcome to use the parking space next to the farmhouse because his truck is parked in the garage. So it's not going to mind us using it for our personal vehicle there. Alright, but let's head over to the... Well, let's maybe have a look at this field over here first. This is the grass field. I just hope I don't run over any of these chickens, because they're kind of all over the place. But okay, I think this is also one of the fields. Yeah, this seems to be a grass field. And there's a couple of bales laying all over the place on this field. You can actually see them scattered all over the field there. So, yeah, looks like he never bothered to collect them. He's just leaving them on the field. I don't even know if those are hay bales or just regular grass bales. So we'll have to check with Bobby about that then. Alright, let's see if we can head over to the lower part of the farm. We're going to have to get on the main road here, which is not going to be ideal with this little John Deere side-by-side. So yeah, there's actually something I learned off Big Hank back in WestBride Hills, what this thing is called. It's a side-by-side. This field over there belongs to another farmer. Right, so let's make our way down here. There's another part of the farm and yet another field, from what I can recall, mentioned by Mr. Shelton. Alright, so this is another little bit of a farmyard with some more equipment over here. So we're just going to have to probably pull in and see what this is all about, what this part of the farm have to offer. Okay, let's just turn it off. Alright, let's have a quick look around. So, yeah, this is the second grass field, which, yeah, it doesn't seem to have any bales or anything like that on it. So, this is still ready to be cut, actually. It's grown quite tall. Okay. Alright, so let's quickly open up this shed over here and see what we can find inside here. It doesn't look like there's much equipment in here. There's a field roller. We've got a smaller tractor, which is a John Deere 6R 250. So this thing has got a, what's this thing called? A spreader. Yes, a fertilizer spreader hooked up to it for spreading the fields. So that is a very nice piece of equipment they've got over there. Alright, are there any doors leading out this side? Okay, we'll just come out the way we came in. I can just close the door behind us. Alrighty, and let's see what else we can find over here. Okay, there's another shed back there. Or what is that? That is a... No, that's another cow barn. Yeah, that's another cow pasture. And all that together. And there's a... Got no idea what that is. That's probably... I'll have to maybe check with Bobby what this is used for. Yeah, this is quite interesting. It's a very interesting setup. I don't know if this has got something to do with silage. But okay. This looks like the manure pit or the slurry pit for the cows. Okay, so I think probably both cow barns on this farm could actually produce milk, because we've got the tanks over here on this one, and I think I did see some tanks on the other cow pasture as well. So depending on what we want to put in which barn, we could maybe use one for raising cattle and the other for milk cows. This one has got a very nice barn. I would probably put the milk cows in this one and then the cattle on the other side of the farm. Okay, so we haven't checked this barn over here yet, but as we could clearly see, this is also empty. There's no cows in here. Alright, so looks like Bobby hasn't gotten to it yet. I think that's the most polite thing I'm going to say about this. He hasn't gotten to it yet. Alright, over here we've got another shed. Let's see another tractor in here. Alright, so that is another John Deere 6R 185. Okay, so this is a slightly lower powered one than the other one. We've got some more grassland equipment by the looks of it. So this is a... What do they call this thing again? It's a tedder. Alright, so a tedder is used to turn the grass over once you've mowed it, so that you can actually turn it into hay, which is a very common feed for, well, a part of the feed for cows and also for cattle, if you're just raising cattle. And we've got some sprayers. Okay, so these are the rear mounted part. Well, it's a front and rear sprayer set. So this goes to the front of the tractor, this goes to the rear of the tractor, and then you fill it up with either liquid fertilizer or herbicide. See, I've been doing my studying a bit. And over on this side, we've got a semi truck with a big tanker. I wonder what this tank is used for. Well, at the moment I don't think there's anything in it. It's probably empty, but yeah, this could probably be used for all kinds of fluids. Probably for the milk that the farm can potentially produce once there are some milk producing cows on the farm. I don't think there's anything else next to the semi truck over here. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Okay, so yeah, pretty basic. It's quite a bit of a sizable farm, if you ask me. There's definitely a whole lot going on. We should probably exit the way we came in. Alright, well, guys, I think we've got a pretty good idea of what's going on this farm. Clearly not a whole lot, if you ask me. There's definitely a whole lot of work that needs to be tended to just by doing this little bit of a walk around and driving up and down a bit. Getting ourselves familiar with the farm. Okay, so we've got a grass field over there that's ready to be cut. We've got a field of corn that is completely withered, that needs to be most probably plowed up and prepared for a brand new harvest, or well, brand new sow of corn. I don't know if they want to do corn again, seeing as it has been unsuccessful. So we'll have to check with Mr. Shelton about that and what he would like to have done on here. Seeing as Bobby doesn't really have a very good idea of what he wanted to do. Because I don't know if he was responsible for this anyway, so I'm not going to go ahead and just blame the poor guy for everything, you know, not taking care of stuff. But yeah, as I said, Mr. Shelton is not entirely happy with everything that he has been doing on the farm. So what I think I'm going to do now is we're going to park up this little John Deere where we found it. Just over here in this shed. And I'm quickly going to ask Bobby if it's going to be fine if we start doing some work. Yeah, I'll decide what I'm going to do first. There's a couple of tasks that I can actually manage right off the bat, if you ask me. Alright, so let me quickly pop into the farmhouse. He's in the office. It's actually a shorter way if we come around this way, because the office is just around the corner from this entrance, and I think I saw this front door was open. Alright. Alright guys, so I did have a little bit of a word with Bobby. He said we are more than welcome to start doing some work. Yeah, he's got apparently some stuff to take care of on his computer there in the office, so I'm not going to bother him too much then. Alright, so what I'm planning on doing, we're gonna see, am I gonna be able to lift this with by hand? Yes, it's a little bit heavy, but I think we will manage. So what we need to do is we need to grab one of the tractors over here, I think, because Bobby tells me that their flatbed truck is in for its service over at the Ford dealership in town, so we can probably go and collect that a little bit later this week. We'll see. Maybe, yeah, once they contact him and says it's ready. Alright, so we're going to have to use one of the tractors, and I think the John Deere 7R. Let's maybe, we could probably even use one of the smaller ones, but just going to go ahead and use this tractor. How's it doing on diesel? Well, that is pretty low, which isn't the greatest. Okay, let's maybe just see if this one has got a little bit more fuel in it. It's also a bit of an issue if we decide to use this thing. Okay, this one is yeah, that's about 3/4 of a tank. Okay, so it's going to be safer for us to use the 8R John Deere. Okay, so yeah, unless if I looked at the wrong gauge in the other one. Maybe I have, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed about the stuff that hasn't been done on the farm. Okay, there's a chicken over there right by the freaking front wheel. We're going to run him over if he doesn't get out of the way, but hopefully they will get out of the way. Alright, we're going to see if we can get this trailer hooked up, and I'm going to load the pallets of eggs, and also the pallets of lettuce standing over by the greenhouse. So let me see if I can figure this all out real quick. Alrighty guys, so there we go. We've got this this flatbed trailer connected up real quick. It actually is very plain and simple. Nothing to it, as I always like to say. Nothing to it but to do it. Alright, so let's hop into this thing. Just gonna pull forward slowly. Okay, that chicken just decided to run off. Alright, we're going to get this thing into position where we can easily load these pallets. We're also going to go over to the greenhouse and load up the pallets of lettuce. So yeah, I've got no idea where they would sell these things, but I'm just thinking we need to get this stuff out of the sun. So that is pretty much my idea here. I don't know if they're going to be keeping these things around the farm when the time is going to be better for it to be sold. So for that reason, I'm just thinking we need to get it somewhere where you can actually store it a bit better, because over here in the sun is not the best spot for it, really. Alright, quite confident we should be able to fit this. I wonder if I'm going to be able to lift those pallets of lettuce. I might be able to. Alright, there we go. Alrighty, come on, there we go. That is perfect. Alright, not too shabby. Yeah, would have been nice if we had a a forklift of some sort on the farm, but I didn't see one. So yeah, we've got the front loader, but that appears to have only got the bale spike on it, which is not going to work for lifting these pallets. It would definitely make the job a little bit lighter, but we gotta do what we gotta do at this point. Alright, I'm gonna see if we just maybe lightly strap these things down if they're gonna stay put on the trailer. I think that should do the trick. Alrighty, let's quickly head over to the greenhouse and try and avoid all of the chickens. Alright, well, hopefully they should get out of the way if they see us coming. Come on. Move out the way. There we go. Alright, well. Okay, now we need to cross the street. Just make sure no traffic is coming. Alright, let's get over here. Over by the greenhouse. Alright, let's quickly see if we can get these pallets lifted and loaded. Alright, so here we go. Let's give this our best shot. Yeah, these are a little bit heavier than the eggs, but oh, come on. There we go. Alright, luckily we can slide it easier on the trailer, so that is not a problem. Right, yeah, there's a whole lot of pallets here. Right, here we go. That's the second one on. Alrighty, guys. Well, yeah, as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff to take care of on this farm. There's going to be quite a bit of produce coming out of this little greenhouse by the looks of it. I don't know how long they have been doing this. Okay, so there we go. Alright, come on, let's just get all of these loaded. Okay, well, 2 more to go, so that's not so bad. Oh, we've got an airplane going overhead. Where is it? Okay, there it is. My, would you look at that? Oh, it looks like a crop duster, but I might be mistaken. I don't know. Alright, last pallet. Let's just get this thing up onto the trailer here. There we go. Alright, we'll just shift it forward. There we go. Alright, strap it all down. Alright, perfect. I think that should do the trick. Alright, now what I'm thinking, we need to find a spot where we can go and offload this stuff, unless if we maybe just leave it on the trailer. I think it's going to be better if it stays on the trailer, because that way if we are going to be selling this stuff, it's going to be easier and already loaded. So yeah, I think we'll just do it like that. Alright, so let's go and see if we can back this trailer back into its spot where we found it. And then I think what I'm going to do, I did notice there's a very nice bale loading machine in that shed by the pigs, or well, where the pigs are supposed to be, in the pigsty. We're going to hook up to that thing and see if we can collect all of those bales on the field and just put them somewhere. I don't know exactly where. That's probably also part of the reason why the stuff is just scattered around the field, because there's no dedicated spot for it yet. Oh, come on, chickens, you gotta get out of my way. I'm definitely gonna be running over some chickens on this farm, if you ask me. Alright, but hopefully they do get out of the way. They seem to be very, I don't know, what's the word for it? Yeah, well, being a South African, we've got the South African Afrikaans name for what I would like to call them. They are very they're not afraid of you approaching them. So yeah, that's just it. I don't know. But okay, guys, I'm going to see if I can get this thing disconnected, put the jockey wheel down, and then we're gonna go and see if we can hook up to that bale loader in that pigsty over there. Alright, there we go. So the trailer has been disconnected and it is all nice and out of the sun now, the eggs and also the lettuce. So I think it's a little bit better over there. I just noticed this little building, or I don't really know what to call this, but it's like a little farm kiosk. I think that's what they call it. Yes, it's like a kiosk where they sell farm produce. It doesn't seem to be operational at the moment. There's nobody manning it or selling the stuff. So that is probably also what they could do with the eggs, is sell it straight over there to the public, but I don't know, we'll have to figure this out. Right, I do recall we saw that machine over here for collecting all of the bales. And there it is. Okay, yeah, that is a very decent machine. So Grandpa Walter did have a similar one on his farm, but I think his was for round bales. So this one is for square bales. Alright, let me see if I can line it up perfectly here and get this thing connected. Alright, well, I think that is as good as it's going to get. It is connected up, and this is quite a long piece of machinery, so that's probably why it's just been shoved into the pigsty over here, because there's not really a whole lot of space in the other places. So I think this is not a bad spot for it. Alrighty, and also would explain why there's no pigs, because you would have to stop the pigs from running out every time you had to pull this thing out. But we'll see. We'll maybe eventually, if we do take over from Bobby, rearrange the equipment a bit. But for the moment, we're not going to be, you know, fiddling too much with his layout on the farm. All right, let's just close up that gate again. All right, so now I need to try and figure out how this thing is operated. So I think the hydraulics is pretty much the same for all of the equipment. You just need to make sure you hit the correct lever. Alright, I think we're just going to cut across the grass over here. There's no traffic coming. Can't really see this way, but okay. Luckily they also have brakes, you know, so it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so let me try and figure this machine out real quick. Let's try this one. What is that doing? Okay, yeah, well, seems to be automated. Okay, now we just need to line that little ramp up with the bales, and it'll automatically pick them up and stack them. Okay, seems easy enough. Alright, so now it's gonna be just a matter of driving around on the field and collecting all of these, and once it's full, I don't know how many bales this thing will take, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to do this in a tiny bit of a time lapse for you guys. So yeah, I think sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Up before the rooster, boots already on. 20 acres waiting, work won't wait that long. Feed the hungry cattle, fix that broken gate. When there's work that needs doing, I don't hesitate. Ain't no task too tall, ain't no job too small. I tackle every challenge, answer every call. Been raised up right on this patch of land. Ain't no task too tall for this farming man. Tractor needs attention, belt's about to snap. Quick wrench turn and pivot, got no time to nap. Cage ready for baling, storm clouds rolling in. Racing with the weather, betting that I'll win. Ain't no task too tall, ain't no job too small. I tackle every challenge, answer every call. Been raised up right on this patch of land. Ain't no task.
Alrighty, guys, so there we go. So I think that is all of the bales picked up off the field. So yeah, I didn't really keep count of how many we've got over there, but it's definitely probably room for some more. I don't know how many you can actually fit on this bale loader, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's completely full. So I've got no idea where I'm going to drop this stuff or these bales. Yeah, maybe we should take it over to the other farm down the road, because there's no chickens and I do not want to crush any of the chickens with any of these bales. So I think let's go ahead and do this. We can probably find a spot for it across the road as well. I think let's maybe do this. We just gotta wait for this traffic over here. There's a van coming and there's seems to be nothing on this side. Okay, so he stopped for us. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Alright, well, he probably saw we wanted to cross. Yeah, people are a little bit nicer over here in Judith Plains. Alright, let's see where we are going to drop these bales. I've got no idea really, and we also want to put them somewhere where we can actually access them with the front loader tractor if we need them. Alright, let's see if we can find a nice little spot for them. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss, so I think we're just going to put them right over here. Alright, I think... let's see how this works now. I think you hit that button and that should do that. It should start lifting. Okay, now we can actually fine-tune where we want to put these. My goodness, that stack is actually very high and I hope they're not going to fall over. Well, you know what, if they fall over, that isn't the end of the world. So let's just go ahead and put them down over here. Right, can we drive forward? There we go, I think that's fine. Let me just hop out and quickly make sure of this. Yeah, it looks like a little bit weird. They might tip over. Well, let's give it a bit of a tuck here and just see. Whoa, okay. You know what? I don't want to be close to this when they actually come down, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave them be over there. I don't know if the wind is going to blow them over, but you know what? As I said, it's not gonna be the end of the world if they fall over. Alright, let's just... we actually need to go and put this thing back where we found it now, so... yeah, we just gotta try and miss this yield sign. Is that the same postal van or box truck? Wonder why he's driving up and down here now. Maybe he's lost. Maybe he's looking for a place. Okay, but yeah, let's take this thing back to the pigsty. Gonna park it up over there, where we found it. It's gonna be a bit of a maneuver to get this thing back in here, but you know what? It's where we found it, so we're gonna try our best to put it back here. Alright, let's just open this again. Alright, and let me back this thing into there once again where we found it. Alright, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, just gotta take it nice and easy and make sure you don't end up getting this thing caught on anything. Yeah, we'll have to do it like this. Alright, easy does it. Alright, let's maybe go a bit forward. Damn, that little step ladder is standing in a very dangerous spot over there for this. But you know what? I think we're doing not too bad. We're doing a pretty decent job. Not too bad for somebody without any hands-on experience like we have got. So yeah, I think if we just drop it down over here, it's gonna be perfect. Alright guys, so there we go. That is disconnected. We're just going to close up the barn here once again. And the only thing left to do now is to go and put the tractor where we found it. Alright, so yeah, we've been quite a bit busy in this episode. It's been, yeah, quite an eventful day. So how these episodes are going to be working is probably going to be a bit weird for you guys, because it's going to be an episode every second day, but we are planning on recording on the same day for the next episode. So yeah, once we are done with this part of the job, we will see what we are going to get ourselves into for the next episode. It'll probably still be the same day, just yeah, maybe a couple of hours later in the day once we have got some new instructions on what we need to do. So yeah, I think we'll see how this is going to work out, guys. I'll probably have to still figure it all out myself. But okay, I'm going to be parking this tractor where it belongs. I'm going to most probably take a little bit of a lunch break. And then we are going to, continue filming a little bit later on the same day for you guys. But that episode will only drop, within the next day. Well, after tomorrow. So day after tomorrow. Which will probably be on Friday if I don't have my... Yeah, I've got my calculations correct. So yeah, on Friday there'll be another episode for you guys over here on Judith Plains. So yeah, I think that is going to be a wrap for this one. So thank you all so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And then I'll see you all in the next one.